Hi guys, Chris from MMA Island here today with UFC flyweight contender Cody Durden. Cody, how's it going today?
Man, I'm great. Went and sparred this morning and did good, and now I'm here with you.
Awesome to hear. And we met at XMMA 2 last weekend. How did you like the fights last weekend?
Man, they were good. Some of them were boring, but overall, it was a great atmosphere. To be on the amateur, the regional level, and be able to fight in an atmosphere like that is nice, man.
Mhm.
Nice.
I know you beat both of them already. Jerry Miley and John Sweeney, who with that win you got to the UFC. But were you impressed at all by John Sweeney's performance with the KO over Jerry Miley?
I mean, I kind of expected it. Throw the jab, right hook. His left eye's gone. He don't have a left eye, so yeah, he didn't see it coming. So, but makes no difference, dude. I smacked both of them around, so it don't matter.
Got it. And then I noticed that your UFC debut anniversary came a few days ago. Can you just
Yeah,
like reflect on that moment and what it meant to you to make it to the big show and to fight on such a big card as well?
man, it was good. Uh, I fought July 18th, and I fought John Sweeney. I knocked him out in a minute and 20 seconds. And then I got a call 6 days later. Man, I was drinking beer all week and hanging out, doing what I wanted, celebrating my victory. I got a call from Malky Kawa. He was like, "Yo, you're in, bro. You ready?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm ready." He was like, "You want to take this fight next weekend?" And I kind of paused, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it." So I had 2 fights in 2 weeks, and Chris Gutierrez, man, he's a killer, dude. I think he's on a 5-fight win streak. We came to a draw, but if I had more time to prepare, and I wasn't drinking beer and eating Mexican food, I probably could have had the cardio to stay in there with him. But overall, it was good. Got a unanimous draw without a point deduction, the first one ever in UFC history. So I got in the history books there, so I'll take it.
Got it. And then, we talked to XMMA too. There's been some opponents that have been ducking, according to you, Jeff Molina, I think Victor Rodriguez. Can you elaborate more on that?
Man, I'm just trying to, be entertaining and, get some fights. And, I tore my ACL in the Jimmy Flick fight. And, I wasn't my best in that fight. I probably should have never fought, but, I take pride in not pulling out of fights and showing up. And, I had a broke toe, pink eye, and a torn ACL. I still showed up, and, it didn't go my way, but I still had a good performance up until that point. And yeah, man, I mean, I'm looking forward to getting back in there, and I'm trying to call these guys and hey, yo, y'all ready to fight? And guess what? They're not replying. They're not replying. They're not saying anything, but they see it. They see my blue check mark. They know who I am, but they're not replying. So one day we'll meet. But hey, it's the fight game.
Got it. And with those two names, I mean, they're not really responding to you. Is there like another name that you have on the tip of your tongue right now?
Man, Malcolm Gordon, Chef, Jeffrey Molina. It doesn't matter. I wanna work my way into the top 15 and start chopping the tree down, bro.
hmm And I know your last opponent, Jimmy Flick. I know you went in there with injuries at hand, but what did you think about his sudden retirement? I believe he was making his UFC debut, then he retired like shortly after because of financial reasons. What do you have to say about that?
Man, he didn't retire because of financial reasons. He retired because he knew he couldn't hit two flying triangles in one lifetime. That's exactly why he retired. I was piecing him up before he pulled that horseshoe out of his ass, and yeah, I mean, it's high level here, and his next few fights after that, he knew he couldn't pull it out of his ass. So, he did what's best for himself, and he retired on top. I can't blame him.
Got it. And then, somebody else who's making their flyweight debut is Cody Garbrandt. What do you think of him going up to 125?
Well, yeah, he's coming down to 125, and man, I just don't think he can. Like, I think he can make the weight, but man, he's going to be so brittle. He's not going to recover properly because, I know he's in the 150s. I know for sure. You know, uh, if he was in the low 140s like he talked about, I don't think he would ever be able to have that knockout power to compete with guys like Pedro Munez and Dominic Cruz. I think he's a lot bigger than what he says he is, and he'll make the weight. He'll probably make the weight, but just like TJ Dillashaw, like he said, he's not motivated. He wasn't motivated to get out of bed in the morning because, man, you get your energy from your food, and you're killing it at the gym. You're burning tons of calories. And how do you sustain that? You eat right, and you put in just as much calories, and he's not going to be able to do that and get good training out of it, cutting down to 125. So yeah, he'll make the weight, but I don't see him doing too well.
For sure, for sure. Then I believe you were a bantamweight at one stage of your career, but what made you want to move down to 125? And was a weight cut like a big struggle for you, like moving down a weight class?
Yeah, the 125 was tough, man, my whole career, dude, I worked hard, bro. I got up at 5 a.m. I was on the job site by 6. I got off at 4:30. I was at the gym by 5, and I didn't leave the gym till, 8:30, 8 o'clock every single night, man. And I needed to eat, I was working in construction, and I ate what I wanted, and I still was disciplined enough to make it to the gym. And I just couldn't make 125 and work a full-time job like that. So when I got in the UFC, I got enough sponsorships, and I got a good team behind me. And now I'm able to prep my meals, and really focus on making 125. And it's a lot easier now, when you eat right and do what you're supposed to do, you start losing weight. And I knew I needed to go to 125 because when I fought Gutierrez, man, I weighed in 135, and it was easy. It was real easy. And then I recovered, ate up, and I was only 143 on fight night. And I know he had, at least minimum 10 pounds on me, if not more. I believe he weighed about 155 when he stepped in there. And gaining 20 pounds isn't hard to do after you weigh in, if you're a big guy for the division.
And how has the road to recovery been since you tore your ACL? Like, in the months that you've been away, how has your road to recovery been, and how has your summer been, most importantly?
Man, recovery's been great. 2 weeks after surgery, I was back in the gym, and I was just lifting weights, and I was watching, the pro team from the sidelines, and man, it was hard, dude. It was hard, but I knew if I stayed at it with my physical therapy, I hired a personal trainer. Well, Barber Orthopedics out of Atlanta hired a personal trainer for me to come into the gym with me 3 times a week, and then plus I was doing my own thing in the gym. And dude, I didn't want to come back, the same as I left. I wanted to get better, and I put on a lot of muscle, and man, I feel 100% right now. So Dr. Scott Barber, man, he fixed my knee better. It's better now than it was when I was born. So, I can't complain,
Yeah, got it. And then, I have to ask about Brandon Moreno's title capture over the recent Figueroa. Like, what did you think about his performance that night?
Man, it was great. He looked sharp. He came in there, he took Figueiredo down a few times in the first fight, and he couldn't really establish control of him. But I think he worked a lot on establishing control, and we've seen Figueiredo struggle with guys in the past, with wrestlers, and being on the ground. Jared Brooks, for example, and yeah, man, I think he had a great game plan, and he came out and executed perfectly.
And besides yourself, who do you see beating Moreno right now?
Pantoja. Pantoja's solid. I've trained with him a whole lot in Coconut Creek, and I like going down there and getting my camp started down there, and then obviously finishing it off with my team. But man, Pantoja's solid, and I think he's got the overall skills to beat Moreno.
hmm And I know Moreno's like adapted a lot from because they fought twice already, once in the Tough House, once in the UFC. But you know, Moreno's adapted a lot. But in that case where styles make fights, so do you think that Pantoja has a style to beat him no matter how much he adapts?
Yeah, I mean, he comes forward, and Pantoja, he's a world class grappler, and he's comfortable going to the ground. He's got a vicious leg lock game as well, and we saw that when he fought Manuel Cape. Manuel took him down, but Pantoja rolled for a leg and created the scramble and got right back up every time. And some people just have the other person's number. You know what I mean? So yeah, just like TJ Dillashaw has Cody Garbrandt's number, I see it going the same.
hmm And when will we see you back? I believe you said September, maybe October, but you think November at Madison Square Garden might be a possibility?
Dude, I would be honored to fight there, bro. But the thing about it is, New York fucking sucks. They're trying to force vaccinations on people. And I'm all about free will. If you choose to take the vax, great, good on you. But if you choose not to, good on you as well. I'm very I like to, have that decision, and I think that's part of being an American. But yeah, man, as soon as these guys want to fight, dude, like I've been talking, I've been looking for the fight, you know. So we'll see. My management's been David Arvello. He's been with First Round Management. He's said he's looking for, they're looking for me opponent. So we'll see what happens.
And do you see yourself fighting maybe twice a year or like twice later this year, or do you think you might just squeeze in one before the end of 2021?
Man, I come to fight. I fought 3 times in one night one time with Justin Gaethje. We won the whole tournament, the King of Sparta tournament in 2019.
Wow.
I fought six times that year. That's how I won that belt right there.
Nice.
And 2020, I fought 4 times. Before that, 2018, I think I fought 4 times as well. Man, I come to fight. I've taken tons of short notice fights. I'm 4-0 in boxing, 1-0 in kickboxing, and 26 fights overall. Never missed weight. I've only pulled out of 2 fights. So man, I bring it. And I want to fight. And my last fight wasn't any comparison of my next fight. I promise you that.
hmm And this might be a dumb question, but with the rise of with the return of one night tournaments like Combate Global and LFA, they're bringing back one night tournaments. Do you think we'll ever see a one night tournament again in the UFC?
Probably not. Probably not. But the LFA, are they fighting? What is it? An 8-man tournament? 3 fights in one night?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what they did over there in Brazil.
Wow, dude, that's amazing. But I'm gonna tell you, if you're competing in that tournament, it's probably gonna be the hardest thing you've ever done in your life. Because when I competed 3 times in one night, it was very, very hard, dude, mentally and physically.
How do you mentally prepare for something like that? To not just fight once, but twice, but 3 times. Like, how do you prepare for that mentally going in there that many times?
Man, I think it's got a lot to do with your heart and your will. Like it could have been, it would have been so easy to fight the second fight and give up and not want it. But dude, you gotta take chances and go out and make things happen. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Even if it doesn't work out, you keep moving forward. And truly believe. If you truly believe, it'll happen.
Hmm. And I know the UFC flyweights have been kind of hesitant to take up a fight with you, but what is your message to the UFC flyweight division?
Man, let's be entertaining. You know what I mean? Like the 135 division is freaking entertaining, man. Like they all talk, you know, whether it's talking about what they did that day or whether they're talking about who they want to fight. You know, let's bring some odds to the division and you know, let's get on social media and put in the work.
Awesome. I think that's all the questions I had, Cody. I just want to thank you again for the time. Is there anything that you want to say to the fans out there watching?
Hey, thank you to Barber Orthopedics for all the support. You know, Triad Mechanical, one of my coaches, Chad Schaefer, Diego Lima, American Top Team Lima, Fathletic Apparel, and Jason Ferguson. Thank you guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Cody.